Previously on Sailing La Vida Gypsea, we scratched the surface of sailing in Costa Rica. This week, we dive deeper and experience the most incredible wildlife we have ever seen. Welcome back to another week in the beautiful country of Costa Rica, where we spent a great deal of time enjoying the sailing conditions and warm waters with our friends who came to visit us. As romantic as cruising on a boat for days on end sounds, it was time for us to get off La Vida Gypsea and immerse ourselves in some jungle vibes by visiting a wildlife reserve. Last day of land excursions today. Made it to Kuru, which is a wildlife refuge. The tide is ridiculous here. I'm still walking up this beach, and behind me you can see just sand, 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 sand. The tide is down right now. It's like 8 to 10 feet difference when the tide comes up, so we had to put the dinghy all the way back there. But look behind me at all that lush tropical jungle forest. We are checked in, we paid up, we followed the rules. They knew we were here. They radioed the guy at the reception and he said, "Oh, you got to the boat that just came in?" We're like, "Oh." But we ordered our food, and I'm laughing at the sign out here because it says, "Please keep the door closed to avoid the wildlife to enter the dining hall." So that's a good sign that there's wildlife. One of the things the rules said was, if you want to see wildlife, there's wildlife everywhere, but if you want to see it, you need to be quiet and take a quiet hike, which, as you all know, is pretty much impossible for me, but I'm trying to keep it hush so that we can find something cool. Kurt thinks he got something. The cameras are out. What is it? I don't know. I think that's a spider monkey. He's looking at you. Throughout the reserve, there are various trails to explore, each one different with its own particular sites and habitats. We spent hours upon hours surrounded by nature, searching the canopies and beyond to soak it all in.
They all run around.
We think we see something coming.
Something coming through the woods.
Something's coming through the woods. We hear it.
It's big.
It's big. It's got weird colors. And a camera? Oh, it's Kurt.
Stop.
Oh, God. Costa Rica has 4 species of monkeys, including the squirrel monkey, spider monkey, capuchin monkey, and the very loud howler. These guys are everywhere and very easy to spot because they let you know they're around before you even see them.
Animals are the most beautiful when in their natural habitat, and watching this little family monkeying around was definitely a sight to see. With over 500,000 species of wild animals, Costa Rica wildlife is some of the most diverse in the world. Here on the Nicoya Peninsula, there are several reserves, each different in their own way, meaning you are guaranteed to spot something that will take your breath away every time you come and visit. Our personal favorite were the white-faced capuchin monkeys. With their curious personalities and adorable little faces, you can easily forget the fact that they are very territorial and quite aggressive. So we had to fight the urge to get too close and let them come to us, which eventually they did.
Sweat a lot more than I wanted to the last few days, but totally worth it.
A lot more calories, but that's good because we've been doing a little more drinking than we usually do since we have guests on board.
Yeah.
But we saw cool wildlife today. That was a lot of fun. We
Things
saw
we've
some,
never seen before.
Yeah, coatis we've never seen before, and there's these weird lizards that look like dinosaurs that we'd never seen before.
Velociraptor babies.
Yeah, I don't know what they were, but we saw lots of wildlife even though we were here during the middle of the day. We were kind of concerned that maybe we got here too late, but no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
All right, last day on the boat, and we're going out with hopefully a bang by trying one more time to find a good snorkel spot over here. Haven't had the best of luck, but we've got the gear out again, and we're gonna try to go see if we can see something.
Although the waters were warm, we found that the snorkeling in Costa Rica wasn't up to par to the other places we visited. Nonetheless, we wanted our guests to have at least one good session. Thankfully, we found a pretty decent spot. After that, we spent the afternoon on a private island. Well, besides the thousands of hermit crabs that inhabited it, and of course, Rigby.
All right, that's it. We are almost to the Puerto Azul Marina. Now this marina is a little bit dicey. It's a long channel and you gotta get in right when the tide is basically at its highest. And even then they call a boat out, a little panga, to help guide you in so that you don't get in some hairy situations, because even inside the marina there's only a few like deep puddles of area where boats like us can fit, and sailboats with lower, longer keels on the bottom, heavier keels, it's really hard to get in. So we are waiting for our ferry guy to come and help us in to this channel.
I think it's just boat in front of us.
Hola! Okay. Follow on.
It was time to say goodbye to our friends and send them back to reality. We docked into the marina, bid our farewells, and just as soon as they left, we got hit with a good dose of reality too.
How you feeling?
Very non-productive cough. I've had it now for over a month, so it's a chronic cough. I was hoping it was going to go away on its own. Then we got, the guests that came, so I got distracted by them for a bit. And now that they're gone, the cough is still here. It hasn't gotten any better. In fact, it seems to be getting a little bit worse, and it's just not going away. We've tried antibiotics, I've tried vitamins, I've tried cold medicines.
You tried shaving?
sorry, I had to do it. It's the first time they see you without a beard. I'm sure someone's asking.
I shave or I don't shave based on Linda's desires. Recently she said, hey, I'm tired of the beard, do something different, go back to a clean face. So what Linda wants, Linda gets.
That's right, and I want to take you to the doctor because it has been a very long time.
Operation Get Kurt to a Doctor consisted of sailing all the way to Golfito, which would be a pretty long trek that would also cut out a lot of the rest of the spots that we really wanted to see. But when your captain is sick, you do what you gotta do.
They say idle hands are the devil's work, but these hands, my friends, are magic. They are heaven sent. I just found out that in Capos, which is a town way closer than Golfito, there is a nicer hospital for Kurt to visit. The only problem I'm seeing here is that they have a very fancy upscale marina, and anywhere that you can anchor around there, from what I'm reading from fellow cruisers, they're kind of a pain in the butt. So we're trying to find a secret anchorage a little bit further south where we can just drop the dinghy, get a taxi, and get Kurt to this hospital. But if we do this right, we've just saved 2 days of travel, and we won't put ourselves too far away from the original places that we wanted to go visit with the waterfalls and the monkeys and the snorkeling. So faster we get to the hospital, faster Kurt gets better, faster Costa Rica happens.
We are near Capos, Costa Rica, and we have heard that this is like sport fishing capital of Costa Rica. So we put the lines out. I got the motor on so it could get us up to trolling speed, and I have already lost 2 lures today. We just hooked onto a huge fish, and we saw it jumping, and it jumped right away with my lure and my line. It snapped the line right in half and just kept on jumping. So now I've got the 3rd lure. 3rd time's a charm, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, we're not gonna have any
I'm hoping
lures
too.
left.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's gonna get real expensive.
Yeah.
These lures aren't cheap.
Seems like our secret anchorage is not so secret. There's 2 boats there already, and that anchorage is quite small. And we were tipped that it's lined with lots of rocks, so there's only a few spots to go to. But again, it's very limited real estate here because this big fancy marina is taking over this whole area. We've seen so many super nice yachts, like fishing yachts and stuff, sport boats and coming in and out. But we're not cool enough to be in the club, I guess, so we gotta go to the back of the line. I can see the rocks over there, which is clearly why nobody's parked there. And then over here, it's a fiesta. There's a big yacht, there's a sailboat, a couple sailboats, maybe tour boats. We made it! We have found that Costa Rica, in general, is pretty effing pricey. I mean, the whole northern side that we visited so far, we've had this running joke that everything's $100 minimum. And I mean everything. The other day I went to try to go do some laundry, and it was a regular load of laundry that I do all the time. And even in the most expensive places in Mexico, tops $25 for all my laundry and folded. Here, the lady tried to charge me $100 freaking for my laundry. They just see us and all they see is money bags, money. We tried to drop our dinghy off a couple weeks ago in a marina for 3 hours to have dinner, $100. I don't remember what else we tried to do, $100. So Kurt is doing something that I don't really 100% agree with because it is his health. But he's, after I told him how much it cost,
He doesn't want to go anymore to the doctor. He says he'll wait till he gets to Panama. We're only a few weeks away from Panama, and he's already been coughing for a month. But like I said, no fever or anything. It's just a chronic cough. So we're just going to kind of try to suppress it as much as possible and see if he'll make it to Panama, I guess. You guys can let me know in the comments below how irresponsible this is. But I mean, we are balling on a budget. If you guys have been following us for a long time, you know that even though we have a pretty nice boat, we have it for a reason. We're relatively cheap people, and we try to save money as much as we can. If it was a dire emergency, you know, where he's like coughing up blood or something, then of course we'd pay whatever. But he knows his body more than I do, and all I can do is nod my head. I am in my bikini attire, and that can only mean one thing, everybody. It is the friggin' weekend. It is party time mode. We have been watching everyone around us have a fantastic time every single day. There's party boats all the time. There's blah, 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 blah. There's wooers, people jumping off beautiful yachts, and we've been working all day, or all week, actually, and it's finally our time. So Kurt decided to wake up this morning, get the boat, scoot in closer to the action, which could probably bite us in the butt, but I'm not going to worry about that. But today we're going to do some paddle boarding. We're going to do some snorkeling over there where everybody's going, ooh, every 5 seconds. There's a beach over there that's got a little beach bar. We're going to grab ourselves some cervezas, and we are actually going to do a proper bay day here in Quepos. Look who came to join the party! Rivi! We're not gonna get to drink that much today. They say it's a holiday, so these cost us like 3,000 pesos each. And then I had to give them some tips, so we have like enough for one more drink. We can have 1.5. Woo-hoo! Balling on a budget! Man, we must really stink or something, because we moved the boat this morning to get in with the in crowd, and they were all here all week, and now we moved the boat here and they're all over there now. Thank you guys so much for coming along with us as we sail through Central America. Be sure to hit that like button, and if it's your first time here, subscribe. Patrons, you put the wind in our sails, and we love ya. See you all next week.